Meanwhile, Georgia lawmakers are laying the groundwork for possible new rules aimed at protecting kids online, from social media to AI.
This is so huge. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Casoris explains what recommendations are being considered here.
After 5 months of testimony from parents, educators, and mental health professionals, a bipartisan Senate study committee aimed at studying artificial intelligence and social media platforms found that Georgia's laws are keeping up with how children use digital platforms today.
We're at a critical point where we can either turn this around or honestly, it's getting ready to get worse.
Recommendations include expanding Georgia's bell-to-bell cell phone ban to high schools, limiting addictive design features, strengthening privacy protections for minors, and putting guardrails around AI use in schools. Republican Senator Sean Still says he expects pushback.
And we are going to be going into battle with these giant multi-billion, trillion-dollar corporations.
Technology companies argue decisions around screen time and AI should be left to families, warning state-level rules could limit innovations and create inconsistent regulations. 17-year-old Lambert High School senior Anakita Haikumar supports limits on AI in classrooms, saying it can reduce critical thinking.
Controlled or managed in a way that is not harmful to our environment.
Emory marketing professor David Schweidel says that families are often told these choices should be made at home, but many parents don't know what tools or settings exist.
You go into a grocery store or drugstore and want to buy cigarettes. There's a big warning label on it telling you how dangerous this product is. Would people be using social media and AI tools the same way if it came with that big warning label, known to cause mental health problems, may result in death?
The committee report won't become law on its own. Instead, it offers a roadmap for potential legislation that might be filed during this upcoming session. Lawmakers will be back here in January, still subject to public input, amendments, and debate. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Casoris.
All right, thanks, Abby, for that report. Just so you know, several U.S. states have enacted AI regulations. We've got California leading the way on this, passing numerous bills on AI use, data privacy, and deceptive media. Other states like Utah, Colorado, even Texas passing laws focusing on issues like deepfakes, high-risk systems, and consumer protection.